These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan.
It's been a good season.
They cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried.
Charles Barkley just caused a stir by demanding Sheryl Swoopes be fired to protect Caitlin Clark. Why the drama? It's a clash between the WNBA's old guard and its rising stars, with tensions brewing over differing views on the league's future.
If you got people in a room, if you got a bunch of dudes in a room and says, let's fuck up the WNBA, we couldn't have came up a master plan what these women have done.
Swoopes has been criticizing Caitlin Clark, and Barkley thinks it's threatening the league's future, sparking tension between the old and new WNBA stars.
This girl is incredible. What she did in college for women's basketball, what she's doing in the WNBA.
She turned the Fever were 1-8. They have a winning record now.
But the number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness.
It's getting heated. Barkley's clearly taking aim at Sheryl Swoopes here.
Say to yourself, damn, what is going on here? And
well, you got accused of that stuff too, with the older players being resentful of the new generation. It's kind of part of the basketball process. Everybody thinks their generation's the best.
No. Anytime we say something about guys, it ain't the old get off my lawn guy.
Yeah.
But the stuff toward her is petty and jealous.
The WNBA is at a crossroads. Legends like Swoopes built the league, but rising stars like Clark are bringing in new fans. If the WNBA mishandles this, they risk losing everything: fans, sponsors, and future players. The clock is ticking and everyone's watching. What will they do? What's next for Caitlin Clark?
And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. And now, when I watch her, two things I like. She's playing much faster.
Yeah.
Much faster. She was playing too slow the first half of the season.
I think she was tired. I think she was banged up from the college season.
They didn't even give her the understanding, like, you girls been ready for the WNBA season. Y'all been working out on the no strip. She came straight out of college and had to go right to the WNBA like 2 weeks later.
While the WNBA figures out its next move, Caitlin Clark isn't waiting. She's rewriting the playbook. Remember that 1-18 record? Clark didn't just turn it around, she flipped the script. What's her secret, and why are some WNBA vets sweating?
There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
Let's talk numbers. Caitlin Clark's averaging 25 points per game this season, which is Rookie of the Year territory. But here's the wild part. She's not just scoring.
Out here for the Fever. Good ball movement on this possession. Low.
The goods here. Apparently, all the accolades that Caitlin Clark is receiving is because she's white, and the jealous players who are attacking her are really the real victims here.
Because, when she's in college, she's not passing to a bunch of great players. Now you can see when she plays, she's playing a lot without the ball. She reminds me a lot of Jason Kidd.
You might think lots of rookies start strong, but Clark's different. She's not just racking up stats, she's leading the Fever on a winning streak that has the whole league talking. And it's not just about the wins, it's how she's doing it.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlin Clark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not going to put A'ja Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
Take her game against the Chicago Sky. Clark dropped a career-high 31 points. Can you imagine being a WNBA vet and watching a rookie do that? It's not just about talent anymore. It's about impact.
He has 7 straight with 20 or more. That is a franchise record. Clark regularly seeing 2 there in the backcourt, and that is Indiana's 10th turnover here. Clark being watched by Nurse. Clark on the drive. Clark hangs and banks it home.
Clark's not just winning games, she's winning fans. Ticket sales, TV ratings, and buzz around women's basketball are all up. Even Charles Barkley's noticed, saying the WNBA couldn't have messed up the Clark situation worse. What she's doing for the league is incredible.
But these ladies, who I love and respect their game, they couldn't have fucked this thing up any worse. Because we have talked, and talking about A'ja. A'ja Wilson's the best woman player in the world right now. She's incredible. Connecticut Sun's having a great year. The Minnesota Lynx is having a great year. But there's been so much negativity And a lot of it is just petty jealousness.
Not everyone's thrilled about Clark's success. Some WNBA vets are feeling the heat as she changes the game. Why? Because Clark's not just good, she's adaptable. Barkley highlighted her ability to play faster and trust her teammates as key to her success. She's smart, not just skilled.
And I love the way and I'll tell you what really good happened to her, not making the Olympic team.
Totally agree. Well, it also gave her a break.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
Giving her that time off has given her a chance to recharge her batteries. So it ended up, she probably did deserve to make the Olympic team on merit, but her getting that time off probably was the best thing happened to her.
Well, the other thing that happened, her teammates, you could see like a little osmosis. You watch that team now and they're pretty unselfish to watch. Like they're making extra passes, and it's the kind of stuff that happens when you're playing with a great player.
So, what does this mean for the WNBA? Clark's changing the game, on and off the court. She's bringing in new fans, raising the level of play, and forcing everyone to step up. But with change comes resistance, and that's where the drama starts.
Sheryl Swoopes, take notes. You ain't playing no more. You're a Hall of Famer, and a champion, and a basketball savant. You know good and damn well you had no business talking about the Indiana Fever without mentioning Caitlin Clark. Come on, Sheryl Swoopes. Come on.
The drama's heating up off the court too. Sheryl Swoopes, the WNBA icon, made waves with comments about Caitlin Clark that got Charles Barkley so fired up. What did she say?
The goods here. Apparently, all the accolades that Caitlin Clark is receiving is because she's white, and the jealous players who are attacking her are really the real victims here.
Swoopes didn't hold back. She accused Clark of taking too many shots and even questioned her legitimacy as a young star. She went as far as saying Clark wasn't legitimate because she's in her 5th year. Pretty harsh for someone bringing so much attention to the league.
But if you're going to break a record, this isn't just for Caitlin, but you asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record,
just so you know, this is 100% about Caitlin.
If it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year.
I get it. It's a bold and controversial take from Swoopes, and it's hard to agree with.
An extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record? I don't know.
You think exactly how
I don't think so, but yeah, that'll go in the record books as Caitlin Clark is the all-time, whatever it is. I don't even know what the number is, but that's the way it'll be.
Barkley isn't just disagreeing with Swoopes. He's calling for her to be fired from broadcasts. He believes her criticism is damaging both her reputation and the league's future, saying jealousy can't compromise the rise of players like Clark, who are bringing new attention to the WNBA.
Now it's kind of settled down. Now, see, the angry OGs of the WNBA have nowhere to turn. Sports don't want to see other women in sports succeed. And I start thinking about what my wife said, and she gave me examples, and boy, was she right. Sheryl Swoopes is still hanging on. Still hanging on. I mean, the nasty one is still there. Why do I call her the nasty one? Well, because she was so nasty, according to everybody that I know, and I know a lot of people in the Chicago area, when she was coaching at Loyola. And she got fired for being that.
You might think it's sour grapes, but the WNBA and Nancy Lieberman agreed with Barkley. They pulled Swoopes from the broadcast for the Fever's game, worried about her bias against Clark. The league's essentially saying they don't trust one of their legends to be fair about the new star.
Got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend. And I said, you know, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you did get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you know, you might like Boston. I might like the Yankees. You know, it's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone, and I was like, Sheryl, you know, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life. I'd rather have her in it.
I do know didn't happen was a phone call from her. Nancy Lieberman decided she was going to be upset.
One thing about women, they will sever a relationship quick behind anything, behind any